In the sprawling tapestry of Marvel's multiverse, power emerges in many forms: cosmic science, eldritch magic, and the unending struggle between order and chaos. Two figures embody extremes of that power: Sentry, Robert Reynolds, the man granted the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, and Strange Supreme, Dr. Stephen Strange remade by the dark energies of the multiverse into its supreme sorcerer. Their origins could not be more different. Sentry's story is one of forgotten purpose, a journalist who consumes an unstable serum intended to create the ultimate hero, only to be haunted by equal darkness known as the Void. His power rises from science twisted into cosmic-level force, his mind forever at war with a malignant shadow of his own essence. Supreme Strange's path begins at the Sanctum Sanctorum, where Dr. Strange proved himself the master of the mystic arts. In a pivotal multiversal battle, Strange absorbs energies from dozens of mystical realms, dark, light, and in between, transcending every magical limit. He becomes Supreme Sorcerer, wielding magic not as an art but as a singular totality, combining the fury of Dormammu's flames, the strength of the Vishanti's blessings, and the cunning of interdimensional shadows. Where Sentry struggles to control a gift born of science, Supreme Strange masters every mystical law ever written. Powers and limits, Starfire versus Spellcraft. Sentry's abilities verge on the abstract. He possesses superhuman strength sufficient to rip planets apart, flight faster than light, regeneration that can rebuild him from subatomic particles, and energy projection able to incinerate entire armies. Molecular manipulation lets him reshape matter at will, and on rare occasions, he taps into time and reality itself, though always at the risk of unleashing the Void, a psychic nightmare that can unravel dimensions. His raw power is nearly limitless, but every surge draws his fractured psyche closer to collapse. Supreme Strange, however, wields magic as an unfathomable web of possibility. He can command elemental fire that burns through astral planes, raise shields forged from pure mystical will, and summon constructs drawn from the deepest wells of belief. He casts spells that alter probability, bend time loops, and even erase entities from existence. His study of every mystical tome grants him access to enchantments that heal the soul, trap demonic fiends, and slay gods. Yet magic has its price. Overreach can corrode his sanity, every incantation risks drawing the eye of Agamotto into chaos, and darker realms hunger for his essence. Where Sentry's strength is measured in raw energy, Strange's is defined by his mastery of limitless magical paradigms. The battlefield of science and sorcery. Imagine a realm torn between impossible skies and floating citadels, neither earth nor a pure astral plane, but a crossroads of cosmic ley lines. Sentry arrives in a blaze of solar fury, his silhouette outlined by coronal flares, each step scorching the void beneath him. Supreme Strange materializes in a swirl of emerald and violet smoke, sigils dancing across his cloak as he whispers incantations older than most worlds. Sentry attacks with blinding speed, fists like supernova bursts aiming to crush Strange's astral form. Strange counters with a shield spell woven from the remnants of an ancient sun, deflecting blows that would pulverize mountains. He retaliates with an eldritch lance that pierces the mindscape, seeking to bind Reynolds's consciousness and probe for the void lurking within. Energy and magic collide in waves that shake the very foundations of reality. Solar flares meet dimensional wards, mystic chains attempt to bind a being who can phase through atoms, and spells meant to imprison gods fall against regeneration that revives him faster than tear and heal. As the clash escalates, Strange summons avatars of Dormammu and Eternity to aid him, while Sentry unleashes the raw power that once fought the Hulk and Ares. The battlefield fractures, dimensions bleed into each other, and every strike echoes through astral realms and cosmic voids alike. Logic and arcana must yield to raw willpower, and the question becomes not who has more power, but who can outlast the other's ultimate form. The inner wars, void, ego, and cosmic consciousness. This battle transcends strength and spells, it is a war within. Sentry's greatest adversary is always himself. The void feeds on guilt and doubt, seeking to consume his light and leave only shadow. Every time Reynolds summons his power, he risks surrendering to that dark half, becoming a force that devours star systems rather than protects them. Supreme Strange's struggle is different but no less profound. To sustain his supreme powers, he must constantly balance the energies of darkness and light, forging harmony from conflicting magical forces. Should he lose control, his mind could shatter under the weight of countless sorceress voices, unleashing untold horrors on existence. In the heat of battle, Strange probes Sentry's psyche, offering empathy woven into a calming spell. Let light guide you, Robert. Remember who you are. For a fleeting moment, the void recoils, and Reynolds' humanity shines through. But Strange cannot maintain the weave forever, for supreme magic drains his life force with every moment. Sentry's light flares brighter, challenging Strange swords. It is not merely power but purpose that defines this moment: who fights to save, and who fights to conquer. Final verdict: power tempered by purpose. When the cosmic storms subside, one figure remains unbowed. Both have unleashed their greatest forms, Sentry as the golden guardian at the edge of sanity, and Supreme Strange as the cosmic weaver of every mystical realm. In a raw, unfiltered display, Sentry's solar ether might overpower Supreme Strange's arcane defenses. His supernova-level strength could shatter spells that bind lesser foes. Yet Strange's mastery of magic, his ability to adapt incantations mid-spell, and his understanding of metaphysical laws give him an edge in a prolonged struggle of mind and will. In a pure test of raw might, Sentry edges out with unrivaled energy output. But when the battle stretches beyond brute force into the domain of endurance, intellect, and purpose, Supreme Strange can unravel chains of solar light with a single reconfigured rune, exploit the void within Sentry to weaken his resolve, and bend reality against him one mystical law at a time. Ultimate winner, Supreme Strange. Not because he wields more power, but because he tempers that power with unshakable focus, cosmic insight, and a cause that transcends personal darkness. Not because he seeks victory, but because he understands sacrifice, because every spell he casts is backed by battles fought across dimensions, losses endured in silence, and lessons carved in the very fabric of time and space. His strength isn't just in magic, but in meaning. In the end, in the war between science-born light and multiversal magic, it is the sorcerer's will, shaped by wisdom across worlds, that triumphs. Thanks for watching Sentry vs Supreme Strange. Who wins? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to What's on Hollywood for more epic matchups, character breakdowns, and multiverse mysteries. Until next time, remember, power is nothing without purpose. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.